radyo. DZRH Nationwide at Radyo Natin Network ng Manila Broadcasting Company. Sa Pilipinas, iisa lang ang radyo. Manila Broadcasting Company.
Dibisyon ng Biliran Alternative Learning System kasama ang buong kagawaran ng edukasyon at kaagapay ang pamahalaan ng probinsya ng Biliran ay buong pusong inihahandog ang programang pangradyo na pinamagatang Als Radyo Eskwela. Ito ay inyong mapapakinggan tuwing Lunes at Biyernes sa ganap na alas 11 hanggang alas 11:30 ng umaga dito lamang sa 103.9 Radyo Natin FM. Walang makahahadlang, walang maiiwan sa Alternative Learning System. Tiyak na may pag-asa, sama-samang lilipad para maabot ang pangarap sa hamong kinakaharap. Patuloy na aangat, edukasyon para sa lahat. Sulong edukalidad. Ito ang DepEd Als Radyo Eskwela ng Dibisyon ng Biliran.
Good morning, Biliran! A wonderful morning to our dear listeners and followers of Biliran Division Alternative Learning System School on Air. I am Sir Art Verana, one of your hosts for today's episode of Als Radio Eskwela. We are now broadcasting live on 103.9 Radyo Natin FM, and you can also watch us live on the Facebook page of 103.9 Radyo Natin FM Naval Biliran. With me today is Ma'am Judith Suri, the ALS implementer of Naval District 1. Hello and good morning, Ma'am Judith.
Good morning too, Sir Art, and a blessed morning to our listeners, especially to our ALS learners and to our co-ALS implementers in the division of Biliran. I am glad to be here with you today for another enjoyable and informative discussion. To our dear learners, prepare your notebook and ballpen and be ready to take note of the important details while we are discussing. Furthermore, ready your mind, open your ears, and make sure that you are in a comfortable place.
That is right, Ma'am Judith. For today's episode, we are going to talk about a very timely topic. As we have learned from our previous discussion, accessing information from different multimedia outlets is very common. Classes and works are mostly done at home through online because of this pandemic. People become digitally inclined, relying mostly on their works on cell phones, laptop, and other digital technologies. This morning, we will discuss on how to distinguish ethical versus unethical behavior as a user of digital technology. Again, today, we are going to discuss on how to distinguish ethical versus unethical behavior as a user of digital technology.
Correct, Sir Art. But before we start on our main discussion, let us first recall what we have learned from our previous episode about the ethical behavior as a user of digital technology. Let me ask everyone, what is digital ethics again? Very good! Digital ethics is defined as ethical, safe, responsible, and courteous use of online platforms, internet, and any other digital tools. I repeat, digital ethics is defined as ethical, safe, responsible, and courteous use of online platforms, internet, and any other digital tools.
We have already discussed the ethical behaviors that must be observed and followed as a user of digital technologies. What are those ethical behaviors again? Very good! The ethical behaviors that must be observed and followed are: first, avoid digital plagiarism. Next, avoid breaking copyright and software theft. Third, avoid improper use of digital resources. Then the fourth one is to secure information privacy and confidentiality. And lastly, avoid computer fraud.
Indeed, Sir Art. Now, we already knew the ethical behaviors that must be observed by all users of digital technologies. So this morning, We are going to discuss the unethical behaviors that we should observe while using these technologies. Are you ready? Okay!
Before we begin with our main discussion, dear learners, I will read a story about a girl named Maria. Listen carefully and let's find out whether what she did is considered ethical or unethical behavior as a user of digital technology. Ready? Alright! The class of grade 7 Masipag were given an assignment to take a picture of their favorite food. Everyone is excited. On the day of submission, Maria forgot her assignment because she spent the whole day surfing on the internet and watching videos online. She hurriedly went to the nearest computer shop, downloaded a picture, and submitted to her teacher without asking permission from the owner. Once again, the class of grade 7 Masipag were given an assignment to take a picture of their favorite food. Everyone is excited. On the day of submission, Maria forgot her assignment because she spent the whole day surfing on the internet and watching videos online. She hurriedly went to the nearest computer shop, downloaded a picture, and submitted to her teacher without asking permission from the owner.
Based on the story, what can you say about Maria? Exactly! Maria spent most of her time surfing on the internet and watching videos online. Are her actions considered ethical or unethical? Correct! What Maria did is an example of unethical behavior, being a user of digital technology. Why? That is right! Because Maria did not take a picture of his favorite food, but downloaded a picture without the permission of the owner. Did you understand? That's great!
Unethical means not conforming to high moral standard or simply means morally wrong. Again, unethical means not conforming to a high moral standard or simply means morally wrong. A lot of the internet users, like students, are not aware of the fact that what they downloaded belongs to other person. Using someone else's work without their knowledge is considered unethical, just like what Maria did. Did you understand? Very good.
Here are some unethical behaviors that we should avoid as users of digital technology. First, digital plagiarism. Plagiarism is one of the major forms of academic dishonesty. It is a practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as his own. For example, assignments submitted by students and it turned out to be copied from fellow students or have been taken from existing published work. Again, digital plagiarism. Plagiarism is one of the major forms of academic dishonesty. It is a practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as his own. For example, assignment submitted by a student and it turned out to be copied from fellow students or have been taken from existing published works.
Next, we have breaking copyright and software theft. Software theft means unauthorized duplication and use of computer software. It is an unauthorized copying, either by individual for their own use or for their friends or even companies who then sell the illegal copies to users. While copyright refers to the legal right of the owners of an intellectual property. This means that the original creator of the product and of intellectual property and anyone they authorize are the ones with the exclusive right to reproduce the work. Copying, downloading, or using the work of others is an example of unethical use of digital technology. Again, breaking copyright and software theft is a kind of unethical behavior as a user of digital technologies.
Then, we have the improper use of computer resources. Students and staff may have authorized access to computer resources, but then go on to use these resources improperly. For example, students may use their student account to open up a popular website or service that generates much traffic, downloads MP3 files and videos that is either illegal or against the school policies. Once more, improper use of computer resources can be one of the examples of unethical use of digital technology.
In addition, we also have media piracy. Digital media piracy is a prominent unethical practice in using computers. It is the illegal distribution of music, movies, books, and other intellectual media. Because the internet is such a vast network, catching pirates is not always easy. Media piracy is actually illegal infringement on copyrights held by the owners of the media. Again, media piracy is an unethical downloading and distributing of music, movies, books, etc. Understood? Good!
Next is identity theft. It occurs when someone uses another personal identifying information, like their name, identifying number, or credit card number without their permission to commit fraud or other crimes. For example, using the other name of a person to spread bad rumors about them, or creating another account on social media to extract or spread false information. Once again, identity theft means using someone else's information without their permission to commit fraud or other crimes.
Another one is netiquette, or an etiquette governing communication on the internet. Netiquette is a combination of the words network and etiquette. It is the correct or acceptable way of communicating on the internet. One of the main purposes of the internet is to serve as a communication tool. All chat rooms provide easy and cheap access to find friends or just to post ideas about anything. However, this does not give people the right to send offensive pictures or messages to anybody. We know that with today's technology, it is easy to access anybody's messages. By keeping this in mind, students may be less likely to write something or send pictures offensive to others that they will regret later on. I repeat, no person has the right to send offensive pictures or messages to anybody. By keeping etiquette in mind, you may be less likely to write something or send pictures offensive to others that you will regret later on. Again, netiquette is the correct or acceptable way of communicating on the internet. Did you get it? Great!
Another unethical behavior is vandalism. Vandalism is the action involving deliberate destruction of or damage of public and private property. One way of avoiding vandalism in school setting is protecting the computers and network while using technology. Everybody should be responsible in protecting technological instruments. Teachers should teach students on the proper use of equipment, resources, and facilities. Again, vandalism is the action involving deliberate destruction of or damage of public and private property, and one way of avoiding vandalism is protecting the computers and network while using technology, which is very important in school settings. Everybody should be responsible in protecting their technological instrument.
Another is privacy or confidentiality. Privacy confidentiality is a state or condition of being free from being observed or disturbed by other people. It is a state of being apart from company or freedom from unauthorized intrusions. Personal information and other disclosed information are considered as private and confidential and therefore should not be revealed unless allowed by the person itself. Everyone should understand the consequences of revealing personal information online. Thus, many are not aware of the fact that their personal information may be revealed when they go online. For example, Some malicious sites need some information about yourself, work, or bank accounts in order to enter. These transactions pose an additional risk to the user's privacy. Again, privacy confidentiality is a state or condition of being free from being observed or disturbed by other people. It is a state of being a part of a company or freedom from unauthorized intrusions.
And lastly, computer fraud. It is the act of using computers to take or alter electronic data or gain advantage in illegal use of a computer or a system. Computer fraud is a cybercrime and punishable by law. Example of this is impersonating someone to steal money or data, or by using electronic tools to promote deals that are not true. This act is unethical and also punishable by law. Am I clear? That's good.
Now, let's summarize what are those examples of unethical behaviors that should be avoided in using digital technology. These unethical behaviors are digital plagiarism, breaking copyright and software theft, improper use of computer resources, media piracy, identity theft, netiquette, vandalism, privacy confidentiality, and computer fraud. Once again, digital plagiarism, breaking copyright and software theft, improper use of computer resources, media piracy, identity theft, netiquette, vandalism, privacy confidentiality, computer fraud. Did you get it? Great!
Alright, dear learners, we have already discussed the ethical behaviors that we should follow and practice while using the different digital technologies. I hope you also remember the unethical behaviors that we should avoid while we are using the different digital technologies. To broaden your understanding about ethical and unethical behaviors in using digital technologies, we will give you some do's and don'ts on how to use digital technologies ethically and properly. Here it is.
Let us first give the don'ts on using the digital technology. Don't use somebody's work without their permission. Don't share your password with anyone. Don't share personal information with people you do not know. Don't post stuff that is negative about others. Don't chat with strangers or anyone who makes you uncomfortable. Don't visit unauthorized sites. Don't copy and paste from online text. Don't use a computer to harm other people. And don't send photos to people you don't trust. Did you get it? Okay, I'll repeat it again. Don't use somebody's work without their permission. Don't share your password with anyone. Don't share personal information with people you do not know. Don't post stuff that is negative about others. Don't chat with strangers or anyone who makes you uncomfortable. Don't visit unauthorized sites. Do not copy and paste from text online. You should not use a computer to harm other people, and don't send photos to people you don't trust. Understood? Very good!
And now for the do's. Here are some tips on how you can demonstrate ethical behavior in using digital technology. When speaking with someone online, be polite and clear. Respect views and opinion of others. Report to adult if you have questions about some information. Respect the privacy of others. Respect copyrights and license. Spread truthful information. If possible, help others, not harm them. Click links that are trusted only. Use appropriate words when searching. Keep personal information private. Report anything strange to avoid hackers, fraud, and cyberbullying. Only visit the website that have been approved by an adult and always treat others with respect. Again, when speaking with someone online, be polite and clear. Respect views and opinions of others. Report to adult if you have questions about some information. Respect the privacy of others. Respect copyrights and license. Spread truthful information. If possible, help others, not harm them. Click links that are trusted only. Use appropriate words when searching. Keep personal information private. Report anything strange to avoid hackers, fraud, and cyberbullying. Only visit the website that have been approved by an adult and always treat others with respect, just like you would in a person.
Now, to find out what you have learned, we will have a short quiz. Get your pen and paper or activity sheets and be ready. For those who have activity sheets, read the statements written on your activity sheet and put a check on the line before the number if the statement shows ethical behavior, and X if it shows unethical behavior. Again, put a check if the statement shows ethical behavior and X if it shows unethical behavior. For those learners who don't have an activity sheet, listen carefully and we will read the statement twice so you can answer on your paper or notebook. Are you ready? Let's begin.
For number 1, William helped his classmate to finish his assignment, so he researched the answer online and he shared it to his friend. Again, William helped his classmate to finish his assignment, so he researched the answer online and he shared it to his friend.
Next, number 2. Lino asked his mother to see if the information he gathered online is correct. Again, Lino asked his mother to see if the information he gathered online is correct.
For number 3, Bunny used the information she gathered from the internet to answer her assignment and gives credit to the original author. Again, Bunny uses the information she gathered from the internet to answer her assignment and gives credit to the original author.
Next, for number 4. Connie took a picture of her friend without her consent and uploaded it on Facebook. I repeat, Connie took a picture of her friend without her consent and uploaded it on Facebook.
For the fifth and final number, Albert asked for his father's account number and permission before buying a new game application online. Once again, Albert asked for his father's account number and permission before buying a new game application online.
Alright, are you done answering? Good. Now we will check your answers. For number 1, the answer is X, which is unethical because your friend did not cite where he got the answers. For the second number, the answer is check, because Lino asked an adult to check if the information he found online is true. How about the third number? Correct. The answer is check, because after copying her assignment online, she gives credit to the original author.
And for the fourth number, the answer is X, because Connie did not ask the consent of her friend and she immediately uploaded it on Facebook. For the fifth and last number, the answer is check, because Albert asked his father first before buying something online. Did you get it? Excellent!
Now, count the number of your correct answers. If you were able to get 3 points and above, that's great! But if you got 2 points and below, don't worry because we still have other activity. Just do your best so you can get a higher mark next time. Do you understand? Alright!
And for your final activity, ready your pen and paper once again, because you are going to distinguish ethical and unethical behavior as a user of digital technology. Again, all you have to do is put a check if the statement is considered ethical behavior, and X if it is unethical behavior. Are you ready? Okay.
Number 1. Sharing your social media passwords with friends. Again, for number 1, sharing your social media passwords with friends. Number 2. Copying online information without citing the original author. Once more, copying online information without citing the original author. And for number 3, using appropriate language and words when communicating with other person online. I repeat, using appropriate language and words when communicating with other person online.
Number 4. Unfriend or report anyone who harasses or threatens you. Again, unfriend or report anyone who harasses or threatens you. And for the final number, post only stuff that is positive about others or yourself. Once again, post only stuff that is positive about others or yourself.
Reminder to our learners, keep your answers and give it to your implementers next session. Today, you have learned about the difference between the ethical and unethical behavior in using digital technologies. This will help you in using the technologies appropriately. And that ends our insightful discussion today, dear learners. We will see you again on the next episode of Als Radyo Eskwela, only here at 103.9 Radyo Natin FM.
That is right, Sir Art. And before we end our episode this morning, I would like to greet you all belated Kong Hei Fat Choi. Happy Chinese Lunar New Year. This is Teacher Judith saying, protect yourself from harmful, offensive, and inappropriate information on the web. Always remember, think before you click. Thank you and maayong adlaw biliran.
And this is Sir Art saying be responsible on what you post online. Always remember that the goal of technology is to help others and not to harm. Once again, good morning and God bless us all.
Dibisyon ng Biliran Alternative Learning System kasama ang buong kagawaran ng edukasyon at kaagapay ang pamahalaan ng probinsya ng Biliran ay buong pusong inihahandog ang programang pangradyo na pinamagatang Als Radyo Eskwela. Ito ay inyong mapapakinggan tuwing Lunes at Biyernes sa ganap na alas 11 hanggang alas 11:30 ng umaga dito lamang sa 103.9 Radyo Natin FM.